When it comes to saving the planet, our use of plastic packaging is a massive concern. So what do you do if you're a takeaway owner whose business depends on it? Welcome to Takeaway Heaven. Fish and chips, kebabs, pizza, noodles, burgers, curry, Pan-Asian, vegan, there's something for everyone. But all these delicious meals are creating a mountain of waste. So is there a way for hungry Westerners to have their takeout and eat it without contributing to our plastic disaster? Moslek Udin runs Chutneys, an Indian takeaway in Weston-super-Mare. He's desperate to wean his business off its plastic boxes.
Hello, Sept.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice seeing you too. How are you?
Yes, it smells good in here.
Yeah, it is. It's cooking nicely.
What are you making?
I'm making a little jalfrezi.
Oh.
Do you like hot food?
Yes, I do.
That's good.
Absolutely delicious. On a plate. But most of these go out in the plastic boxes. I'm no expert, but that is not going to be very environmentally friendly, is
That's definitely not. That's definitely not.
So,
That's why we want to get rid of them. Recently noticing everything happening in the world,
yes.
plastic is going to be a major issue which is going to affect our children's future.
So you really want to change and make
Well, I want to change at least for my children. At least I can show that I've done my bit or I'm trying my bit.
Okay, that's a good idea. Moslek's got his 11-year-old daughter Maisha to thank for his recent change of heart.
It was when I watched Blue Planet and it said about how much plastic was going into the sea life and how it harms animals, and it actually got me thinking. So I went to my dad and I told him.
So you really want to save the planet by doing this?
Yeah.
It's going to be a big challenge. Moslek uses 700 plastic containers a week, but at least they're recyclable. He also sells fish and chips in polystyrene boxes, which can't be recycled and often end up in our oceans. So how about we try and help you find a solution?
Definitely up for it. We are definitely up for it.
That was so encouraging. Moslek's got such a great attitude about this. I think he really wants to change. Let's see if we can help him. We're conducting our own research into disposable packaging in Weston-super-Mare, asking around 40 takeaways to give us a sample of what they use. As you'd expect, there's a little bit of everything in here. A lot of plastic, but what's really encouraging is that many of the fish and chip shops along the seafront are using these cardboard boxes. But let's see what the experts make of all of this. We're sending our packaging to the University of Bath. I'll be catching up with them shortly. Sonia Devi opened Vegetable Diva on Bristol's harbourside in March, selling vegetarian food to a lunchtime crowd. But there's one big difference. This place has a zero-waste policy using reusable tiffin tins, standard fare in India for more than a century.
Hi. Hello.
How are you?
I've brought Moslek along to have a look.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, I'm Moslek. How are
Hi,
you? All
Sonia.
right?
Hello. It's very much, it's bring your own container. Rent's one of our containers, which involves paying the full price, and then you get a full refund when you return it. Or buying one, which you keep. When I read that a whale has died with kilos of plastic in their stomach, it just really touches my heart, and I just sort of think something has to be done. And if I'm in a position as a business owner to have influence, then I would like to use that influence in a positive way. I just wanted to run a business where I could sleep at night.
So what do you think of that, Moslek?
I think it's a great concept. It's really been a learning curve coming here and seeing that there is no plastic. And I think that might, needs to be something that we need to adopt slowly and change over to.
Sonia's lending Moslek some of her tiffins to try out on his customers. But will they be prepared to pay a £10 deposit on top of their food to avoid plastic?
Let's go, Moslek. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to catch up with you in a little bit.
Yep.
So go give these a try.
Thank you very much.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye.
Remember all that packaging I rounded up in Weston-super-Mare? Well, it's now here at the University of Bath. Professor Matthew Davidson heads up a department looking for sustainable alternatives to single-use plastic.
Matt, I see you got my rubbish.
I did get your rubbish. It looks like you had a good weekend.
Is there any which one which is worse or better than the other?
Yeah, I mean, this one, in terms of a single-use plastic, had the lowest impact. And that's really because it's so lightweight, so it's got so little material in it. That doesn't actually mean that it's sustainable because, of course, its end-of-life options are really not great. It's either incinerated or landfilled. And, of course, worst of all, it ends up in the ocean, and that causes severe environmental pollution.
Matthew likes the cardboard alternative many fish and chip shops in Weston are using, but these are no good for curries. He also likes this innovative plastic packaging made from plants. But he's not keen on Moslek's boxes, despite them being recyclable, unless his customers are prepared to reuse them.
If you start washing it and reusing it, then at some stage the environmental impacts become similar to the polystyrene. And I think it's probably somewhere between 10 and 20 times if you reuse this.
So when it comes to takeaway packaging, maybe the answer is reusable rather than recyclable. Sounds like our tiffins might be the solution.
Vegetable pathia, pilau rice, onion bhaji, they want it in a tiffin as well, please.
At Chutneys, it's nearly opening time. The kitchen is abuzz.
Right, there you go. There's your tiffin.
Moslek's customers have got wind of his experiment, and many seem happy to cough up the extra £10 deposit for a tiffin.
See you later. Cheers, see you later, mate.
So you got 2 of the tiffins. Do you think that it's a good idea?
I do think it's a good idea. It stops all the containers and it keeps it warm. It's good.
You're going to have it in a tiffin, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I've never seen one before, actually, so yeah, it looks good. Thanks, Moz.
Thank you.
Have a
I'll
nice
see you
evening.
later.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Well, I'm going to figure out how to open it first, but it looks authentic,
Yeah.
which is quite exciting.
So you reckon this is the way to go?
It's a forward step. Obviously, I've got a plastic bag in my other hand. I feel a bit guilty about that now.
One step at a time. You can't do it all in one day. If I don't do it, I'm in trouble.
Good. Are you the one looking? Good for you.
And are you proud of your dad now?
Yeah, definitely.
It's gone very well. I think all the customers really like the idea. So I'm hoping with a little bit more work, we can actually adapt to it. It's a start. That's the biggest thing. It's a start and it's looking exciting.
So how does it feel?
It feels really good. I mean, my little daughter, who's really pushing me behind it, she likes the tiffins.
Excellent.
She really thinks it's good.
Excellent. Do you know what? I'm really blown away by all of this. Moslek's customers have really taken to the idea of the tiffins. And the best thing is, he really didn't have to do a hard sell. They went for it straight away.
If things carry on like this, maybe it could be the end of all that plastic.